So, Scott, let's get into the meat of actually, we're past the account sign-up part. Now, let's get into actually being able to take part in bids on NameJet. Walk us through the back order process.
Well, sure. There's a couple ways you can do back orders. One is to click on any of the inventory that we have highlighted, and as you saw from the lists earlier on, there's lots of inventory that's right top of page that you can see, and you can click on that and put a back order or a bid on any one of those names. However, you can also pick names just that you have already pre-selected. Let's say you're a business owner and you want to, there's a specific domain name that maybe it's not available right now, but you just want to put a back order on it so that when that name becomes available, you can have an opportunity to win it. So from that, you would go to what we call the bulk ad on our back orders page, and from there you can just add as many domain names as you want, including the different suffixes like a .com, a .net, a .org, or some of the new GTLDs like .club and others. You can put that in there, and that will secure a back order for the name that you're interested in.
Now, the one thing to point out here is that it's really important that you are managing your back orders, because again, if you are filling this out, if you're putting a large amount of back orders in, if those names are available, then you have a good shot that you could be the winner of that name. And so you want to make sure that this is not necessarily a set it and forget it tool, but it's really something that you're continuing to manage, and to be sure that there's nothing that you win that you didn't necessarily want to. So let's talk about live auctions versus the back order. So if you want to start the process of going into actual auctions, Scott, what does that look like compared to the back order process?
Well, all of our inventory goes through kind of a two-step process. It goes through a pre-release period, and then it goes into an auction period. The pre-release period is the time where you can actually put in what we call a back order. That's basically just expressing an interest in the name. And that can be really for any amount, but there is a minimum back order on most names of $69. Once the pre-release period ends, it goes to either a public or a private auction. In a public auction, anyone can come in after the pre-release period and have an opportunity to bid on that name. In a private auction, you have to have put in a back order prior to the live auction starting. That's a private auction. Only those who have placed back orders will be allowed to go on that auction. Those auctions typically last for about 3 days.
Thank you for explaining that when it comes to the private versus public, because again, those are questions that I've heard from people that are sort of new to the business and just trying to understand a little bit better. Actually, while we're on this note, could you clarify for everyone when auctions typically close on our platform?
Yeah, our auctions typically close between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock Eastern time.
All right, thank you. Let's talk about how to stay informed when it comes to looking at different types of lists. Now, there are tools inside the platform where you can sign up for notifications for different types of domains that you're looking for. And so this is a simple opt-in process. And what happens here is that these emails are generated by the platform on a daily basis based on the interest that you've expressed. So if you go in here and if you're not on any of these other lists, you really should make it a point to go in and subscribe to them, because it allows you to get daily reminders of different inventory that's out there. Now, additionally, there are notifications that we do in the organization where we send out, say, call it promotional emails that are really trying to make sure that you're aware of what we might see as some really valuable opportunities with domains. And so those are emails you don't necessarily have to. You're kind of subscribed into it already because you've joined our platform. But there's different ways for you to be getting these notifications. So it's just really important that you go in here and actually get active and subscribe to some lists that would be of interest to you. All right, so another question for all of you for the poll is, I want to know, how often do you monitor your NameJet account?